Welcome back, Curry Crew. Today we have a delicious and scrumptious recipe that is going to be really fun to make and really delicious to eat. So without any further ado, let's get to it. So guys, before we jump into today's video, like always, make sure to punch that notification bell. And if you could, please give us a like and a subscribe down below. It really helps us out. We can spread our videos to a greater Curry Crew. So without any further ado, let's get to it. So guys, since you loved our ramen video so much, we decided to come back with another delicious ramen recipe. So today we're going to be making a delicious Thai curry ramen. This recipe is super simple, but there are plenty of steps, so just pay attention a little bit and we should be perfectly fine. So we're going to start by turning on both of our saucepan and our non-stick pan to about a medium heat, and our first step is to saute up some veggies for our broth. In another pan, we will start sauteing up some of our tofu as one of our toppings to go on top of our Thai curry ramen. So start with a teaspoon of sesame oil in your saucepan, and this is going to be where our veggies will be partying and chilling out for a little bit. And you don't have to put any in your non-stick pan because, like the name says, it's non-stick, so it doesn't need any. So cut up some of your extra firm tofu into bite-sized pieces and start placing it into your non-stick pan. And you can cover it with a lid so that you keep all of the moisture inside and ensure that our tofu not only cooks properly, but also doesn't become overly dry and rubbery when we're eating it. Once our saucepan is hot enough, we're going to add in a piece of ginger finely chopped and 3 cloves of garlic also finely chopped. We will saute these on medium heat for about 5 minutes or until they start to brown a bit, and then we will add in half of an onion diced as well. You'll notice that when you're sauteing just these first 3 ingredients that we're going to call our trinity, they are going to smell so good. If you guys could smell it through the screen, you would understand what I'm talking about. But just garlic and onion and ginger in a pan sauteing for 3-4 minutes is gonna make your entire kitchen smell so good because of how wonderful those smells are. Now, once your onions have become transparent or translucent and soft, then what you're gonna do is we're gonna start adding in some of our other ingredients. But in the meantime, make sure to check on your tofu from time to time to ensure that it's not burning or sticking to the pan. And then back into our saucepan, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in half a cup of red miso paste. There's a bunch of different colors of miso paste, so you can feel free to use whichever one you want. I just decided to go with red because it's one of the most common miso pastes that you can use in a lot of these base broths that you're making. So this paste gives a really nice depth of flavor to our broth, and you just want to mix and cook in the paste with our trinity of onion, garlic, and ginger that we had in there earlier. Not only are we cooking in the miso, but we're also making sure that all of the flavors in our pot blend into one. Next, we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of Thai green chili paste, and this is not only going to add in a nice amount of spice to our broth, but it's also going to bring in some of those really nice aromats like lemongrass and cardamom and kaffir lime, green chilies, all of which add a really nice depth of flavor, but also add a really nice depth of aroma to your broth so that you taste your food before you even put it into your mouth. And 80% of taste actually comes from our sense of smell. So when you have all of these amazing smells in your ramen that are entering your nose before the food actually enters your mouth, it's actually going to make your food taste a lot better. Once the green chili paste has been added in with the miso and the trinity, we're going to just give it a quick little stir and make sure that it's all cooked in together. And then we're going to add in 1 cup of coconut milk. This addition will give our soup a really nice creaminess and cut down on some of the heat from the green chilies that are in the green chili paste. Give it all a mix until the miso and green chili paste start to dissolve into the coconut milk, and then we're going to add in 3 cups of vegetable broth. You can feel free to use chicken broth, beef broth, or even fish broth, all depending on personal preference or the type of protein that you'll be using. If you're using chicken, you might want to use chicken broth. If you're using pork, you can use pork broth, chicken broth, beef broth. You want to kind of mix and match your broths with the type of protein that you're using so that it all complements each other. Since we're making this dish completely vegetarian, we're going to be going with a vegetable broth. Give this all a mix until all of our ingredients are thoroughly combined, and now we're going to let our broth simmer off on the side. Once again, keep checking on your tofu, give it a quick stir, and what you're looking for is a really nice golden brown on all sides of your tofu. You can flip over your tofu if one of the sides has reached the desired color, and then again cover the tofu with a lid to help it cook faster and, like we said before, not dry out and become all rubbery and chewy. Give our broth a quick whisk to once again ensure that the chili paste and miso have dissolved fully, and then add in 2 tablespoons of sriracha or any type of chili sauce that you want. Taste it in between because this part is all about personal preference. If you don't like food that is too spicy, you might want to put less, and if you love spice, you can feel free to put more. It's all about personal preference and liking. We're also going to be adding 2 tablespoons of sugar to balance out our flavors and spices, and then we're going to give it all a quick mix and add in 1 tablespoon of red chili powder. Again, this part is optional. Go with your taste buds, they are your friends and they're the ones who have to deal with the choices. Give this all a mix and we're almost at the finish line with our broth. Not only does it smell delicious, but it's also starting to taste pretty awesome as well. We're creeping towards the finish line now, so we're almost near the end. Give your tofu one final toss, and about 15 minutes in, your tofu should be close to done. If it has achieved the desired golden brownness that we're looking for, then you can turn off the heat and you can take your tofu out of the pan and set it aside for later. Our broth has been simmering on low heat all this time, and the longer it goes, the richer and deeper the flavors get. Our final ingredient will be 1 tablespoon of mirin, or Japanese sweetened sake, which is going to give our broth a really nice sharpness and edge to it that's going to cut down on some of the sweetness and spice that we had earlier. We will give our broth one final stir and we're ready to put together our delicious bowl of ramen. So take some ramen noodles and cook them according to the instructions on the packet. Don't use the cup of noodle ramen or any of that cheap stuff. Try to get some rice noodles or some higher quality noodles that you can find in your local supermarket. Then in your bowl, start to pour in your broth over your noodles, and as you do, you're going to notice that your mouth is beginning to water because you can't wait to taste all this delicious food that you've been cooking. Finally, we're going to start adding in our toppings, so you can top your ramen with some fresh corn kernels, a few pieces of your delicious tofu that you sauteed earlier, and you can also add in some wonderful colorful chopped bell peppers. You can feel free to add in some lime or some chicken or pork, whatever it is that you feel like adding in. You can add in some egg if you want. If you want to know how to cook a perfect ramen egg, you can watch our other ramen video. I'll put the link in the description for everyone. And there you have it, a delicious bowl of Thai green curry ramen, all ready for us to enjoy. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. And if you could, again, please give us a share and a subscribe. And bon appetit, and keep on cooking.